I just think it's in a peculiar place for, and I'll try and explain myself. If you slow anything down of that nature, it's going to look a lot worse. So that live, when you see it live, I've seen it both, of course. It doesn't look that bad. You slow it down, and it's high, but there's minimal contact. You know the player, and I know you can't judge a player, but it's certainly not that type of player, that's for sure. And then you go, right, okay, live, the ref gives nothing, lets it go and play, and then of course it's pulled back. And then you go, right, let's start slowing it down. Now the bigger picture point for me is Bertrand clearly gets pulled to the floor with two arms around his waist at the end of the game. So why don't they slow-mo that? Because if it's the same, I've seen the slow-mo. So when the slow-mo happens and the ball drops in front of him, their player's got two arms around his waist. And what they'll say, I guarantee, they go, yeah, but if you look at it live, he doesn't hold on for him long enough. I bet you that'll be the feedback. They go, well, if you look at that live, you go, yeah, it's not that bad. So it's like, what's the parity? And we all know the penalty thing. You tread on the end of someone's toe and they go down, and that's okay. But you grab someone around their waist, and apparently that's not. So I think, if you're going to start slowing everything down, then you've got to have parity. You've got to go, well, if you slow that down and freeze frame it, that's a penalty.
Do you think there's a pressure on referees as well when they go over? They're called over to look at the screen.
Oh, don't even. I have no clue what that's there for. Every fan, I hope I'm not just speaking for myself. There must be every fan out there going, what is the point? We all know the outcome. The outcome is going to be they agree with everything they've been told. Unless someone can tell me 10 instances that aren't, I can't hardly, in fact, I can't think of one. I don't know what the stats are. One of you guys will work it out, or someone will. But the chance of something getting turned over are minuscule. So what didn't bother? If it was a fan go, we know what's going to happen. Can we just get on with the game? And then afterwards we might debate it. But what's the point in doing it there and then? I can't see the point. Unless you are going to change it. If you're going to stand up and go, no, I'm sticking with my original. We've had all sorts already, by the way. VR moments when you go, how is that? And then they go, well, explain it afterwards. And you just go, well, where does it live? Martial at home to us penalty. You can clearly see his legs are collapsing before there's any contact. But then they go, yeah, but there was a contact. And then you go, well, like I say, if you slow down everything, you're going to find what you're looking for. Anyways, look, I'm not a fan of VR, but I just don't get all this delaying and looking at the screen. I just don't get it. It's a minuscule chance they turn it over. It seems a bit confused at the moment. I'm a fan, but I agree. I think certainly the current officer, we're unsure. We've had a number this season, and I know others have. Then you go, oh, well, which ones do refereeing? We've got nothing, and then suddenly it's pulled back, all of that sort of stuff. I think that's what you suggested. Who's refereeing who? I said recently we had another one. I said, I don't know who's refereeing which. I am a fan. I think it definitely, I think we're all aware it needs tidying up. For whatever reason, I thought it was getting tidied up, and then it seems to have stepped back a little bit. Anyway, I remain a fan at this stage, but it is beginning to test my patience even, because I look apart from the obvious offsides, which I think is fair, that should be there. Some of the other stuff I'm going, well, no, what's got a chance now of being let play and what's got a chance of being called back? We don't actually know. So we just keep our fingers crossed and hope that we get on the right side of it, which we generally haven't.